Hello, folks, and welcome back to We Heart Games. Today, the game that we're hoping to heart is Slay the Princess, which I really know nothing about other than it's like voice acted by Mr. Magnus Archives. I really have no idea what type of game it is. I think it's a visual novel, but I'm not really sure. And I know it's like creepy or spooky, but you're obviously getting that from the title page, so that's not much of a spoiler. Yeah, I mean, I guess should we just dive into it? I don't know. Let me just check. Audio levels are looking good, I think. I think that's good. If that's too quiet, let me know, but I think that should be good. Yeah, I guess let's get into it. Hold on, did I have... I thought I had some notes ready. Ready to take notes on this one. Okay, here we go. Alright, let's get into it. Chapter 1, The Hero and the Princess. Now, I'm not going to fully narrate this because I think Jonathan Sims is
You're
going
on a
to...
path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin is a princess.
Cool.
You're here to slay her. If you don't, it will be the end of the world. You
Okay.
make your way up the short path to the cabin. You'll find the princess within. A warning before you go any further. She will lie, she will cheat, and she will do everything in her power to stop you from slaying her. Don't believe a word she says. We're not going to go through with this, right? She's a princess. We're supposed to save princesses, not slay them. Ignore him. He doesn't know what he's talking about. The interior of the cabin is almost entirely bare. The air is stale and musty, and the floor and walls are painted in a fine layer of dust. The only furniture of note is a plain wooden table. Perched on that table is a pristine blade. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. You take the blade from the table. It'd be rather difficult to slay the princess and save the world without it.
Oh, the mouse has changed. Nifty.
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a staircase faintly illuminated by an unseen light in the room below. Her voice carries up the stairs.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. It's almost as if she's the one in charge down here.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation.
I mean, I am just going to kill her. That's my
Good. You're still
mission
listening
right
to
now.
reason. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
Yeah, my gut feeling is like, you know, she's chained up for a reason. I'm here to do a
She's
job,
so
let's do it.
coldly beautiful. Is she really a threat to the world?
Focus on the task at hand.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward, your grip on the blade.
Oh? No talking then? Fine. What even makes you think you can kill me? I'm probably chained up in this basement for a reason, right? And if that knife is the only weapon you have, you'll have to get close enough to use it. So, you should just drop it. Best not to risk finding out what I can do.
She's unarmed.
It's not much of a
If you
defense of
hesitate
a
now, it'll be too late.
argument.
You lunge forward without a moment. You feel flesh easily give way and look down to see your blood.
Oh. This is it, isn't it? I'm almost embarrassed. I should have seen that coming. But I have to wonder, Do you actually believe this was
Uh-oh.
enough to kill me?
It's like she's convinced she can't die. Yes, even as she lays there dying, she entirely believes herself
What?
to be alive and well. But it's over, isn't it? She stopped breathing moments ago. That arrogant look still... But is it over?
Cut off the head. Cut off the head.
It's over. We should make sure. What's the harm? I really don't think you should do that. And why shouldn't we? Is there something you're not telling us? I've told you everything that's happened with complete accuracy. The princess is dead. Your blade pierced her heart. There's no coming back from that.
Cut off the head.
You lean down and place your hand against her neck, holding your breath as you serve. We definitely won't if you keep talking. I'm sorry, do you want her to be alive? You just saved the Wait, what was that? You know what that was. That was the sound of a heartbeat, followed by another, and another.
I guess I won't be dying alone after all.
Something sharp digs into your side, the shock of it sending your nerves into a pained frenzy.
Hi, Tavok.
Quick, let's get out of here. It's too late for that now. You
God, my
collapse to the ground as
nails
the
are
mortally wounded
creepily long.
princess twists a blade of her own deeper between your ribs. As you fall, she falls with you, exhausted by the effort, the little life that was left in her eyes fading rapidly.
An eye for an eye. A life for a life. I guess see you around.
You were so close. Why did you hesitate?
Yeah, I mean, you know, I died, but
For whatever that's worth.
I killed the
Everything goes
princess,
dark.
so
And you
mission complete.
You're on a path in the woods, and at the end of that path is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin, you're here to slay her.
This is my first time playing this game. Alright. So we killed the princess, which seems like the right call in hindsight. She was clearly a monster or something. But then she got me too, I guess. But if I'm here to kill her again, you know, I'll do better this time. I'll kill her and I'll take a step back and I'll just watch her die.
I can assure you that you didn't slay her, and that she didn't kill you. People don't just spring back to life after dying, and the two of us are meeting for the... If he doesn't remember what happened, then...
This whole thing's a crock of shit. She's just going to pull a knife out of nowhere and stab us again.
Stabbed to death? Well, you won't have to worry.
Yeah, that's exactly what you told us last time. You said...
Calm down. I assure you she has no weapons, so there's no reason to fear her. Those are two very different questions, but let's say for a moment that this really is the second time. You died last time, which probably... We mostly listened
That's
to
true.
You. How are we supposed to know if she sprung back to life in this hypothetical scenario? But congratulations, and I believe your other question was something along the lines of, oh, what's the point of doing anything? What do you mean? Of course there weren't any consequences. We stabbed... Yes, but in this purely hypothetical scenario, had you failed to slay the princess, what would have...
Screw this.
It's a good
Who
point.
cares what happened to everyone else? She's not going to play fair, so we should...
At least you know not to trust her, but you do realize that we were so close to finishing the job last time.
That's the spirit.
Yeah, I mean, I agree. We should just kill her again,
Warning.
get it better this
Before you go
time,
any further.
and we'll be fine.
She will lie.
She
Yeah,
could
yeah,
be
yeah, you've
more
already
on
told
the
me
money.
this.
But we're really doing this, aren't we? We know what to look out for this time. We know to be... Just stay...
The interior
Oh,
of the
shit.
cabin is a jagged mess of warped wood and broken boards, their splintered edges as uninviting as the blade is your... Very different. Maybe that's because you haven't actually been here. I hope this means
Weird.
you'll finally drop, so focus up. You walk up to the wall next to... What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. It's a mirror. reach forward
Oh,
and rub
weird.
your hand against the cabin wall. But there was a mirror.
Now it's gone. Yet another thing
That's
in here playing tricks
creepy.
on us.
You take the blade from the table. It will be difficult to slay the prince.
Feels a bit better to have a weapon in our...
The door to the basement creaks open, revealing what must once have been. The air seeping up from below has an almost metallic quality to it, like the smell of fresh blood.
The rhythmic scraping of
You hear
metal.
what sounds like
That's right. Scraping.
Yeah.
I told you she has something.
that sound could be anything. It's her grating voice.
I hope you've come to rescue me. I've been stuck down here forever.
There is something so wrong.
Yeah. She thinks she's better than us. Like she doesn't even have to put on an act this time.
As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. I wonder if she remembers us.
Finally, somebody. Quick, get me out of these chains. We're not safe here.
Come on now, we're not falling for that, are we? She's trying to trick us.
If she sounds threatening, it's because her mask is already slipping.
What are you waiting for? You are here to rescue me, right?
God, this game is very creepy. I'm trying to figure out, like, what it's doing, you know, like, what its point is. The fact that that we killed her and then reset is very interesting to me. I was expecting it to be not a continuation, but a go back and try again kind of thing, but I guess not. Okay, let's try this.
Of course I won't.
Against your better judgment, you walk across the room to.
I don't like the way you said within arm's reach.
You hear the horrible sound
Oh.
of metal.
Who's me? Not ours, right?
Hers, at first, then yours. Your neck, specifically.
Hehe.
God, she has a
You collapse to
sword.
the ground, your vision swimming as you attempt to focus on her bloody blade and the limp.
You're going to die now.
And with a quick jerk of her
Yikes.
elbow, she does just that.
God damn it. Alright, no fooling around. We just gotta kill this
On a
princess.
path in the woods.
No, fuck that. If we're gonna have to keep doing this, oh,
Your what? The interior of the cabin is sharp, a constricting mess of curved and battered sheet metal pushing you towards. Wait, excuse? I feel dizzy.
ho 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 ho! I guess I took us to the cabin, didn't I? Isn't that
The
interesting?
circle's getting smaller.
How
and
weird.
smaller. Running isn't an option anymore. We have to.
This guy's been playing Fortnite, I reckon.
What's the point of fighting if she's just going to win every time?
Great. So obviously you've already been here. How many? This is our. No wonder things have fallen apart. You do realize that every time you fail, she escapes and an entire world is dead.
That can't be right. That's too much responsibility. I couldn't agree more. We couldn't be trusted with the fate of a single.
Let's just. The only furniture of note is a bent metal.
We take it.
Okay, sure. You take the blade before letting me finish telling you it's there. It will be. This feels right. We just have to keep our sense.
That's right. We've got to be able to win event. And what if we never?
So, are you just going to stand there, or are you going?
I'd love to get started just as much as you would.
You walk through the door.
The voice of the cheated is our best hero at the moment.
There isn't a door. It's just that mirror again. There isn't a mirror. You really messed things up, didn't you? It's like you can't. I can feel the air coming up from behind it, stinking of iron. You make your way to the door at the end of the room, stopping just in front of it.
Let's just move it out of the way without looking. I don't want to see us.
Let's just fumble for the handle and be done with it. I don't care what we look like. You reach forward and place your hand on the door to the basement.
And the mirror's gone.
It was never there.
Guess it's time for us to see it.
Just stay focused and you'll be fine.
Okay, stay
Step
focused.
forward.
Stay
You don't get a
focused.
chance to linger on the basement stairs.
Your body tumbles onto the basement floor and the form of the
Hi. It looks like you don't have a way out, so I'm not going to play dumb anymore. But don't worry about how bad you did last time. That's part of the fun.
Oh, so she does remember.
fun for her, maybe. I didn't like dying or thinking about dying makes us as good as dead.
Actually, does survival matter? We've died twice and nothing bad has come of it.
Nothing bad has come of it. Plenty bad has come of it. You've left at least one entire world. The past isn't real. There's only your internal
Oh,
bickering
what?
is cut short by the wet sound of slicing meat. From the princess's arms erupt twin blades glistening with her blood, the empty flesh of her arms flopping at her elbows like torn sleeves. She's loose, and she is coming for you.
You're going to make me walk over to you, aren't you?
Shit. She's coming for...
Just stab her.
I guess we
Yep.
have a weapon.
Jump at her with the knife, buddy.
Okay, I'm in. Let's do this.
She's going to kill us.
You gotta
Well,
give
if
it
we
a
die,
try.
We die, right?
Bad idea.
Yeah, no more moping. We're gonna fight. Blade poised to strike you, chuck.
Oh, so you do want to fight, huh? Okay. Yes, I love this. Trying to stab?
Here
Yikes.
goes. Yes. If
And what if we don't?
you and the
Ow.
princess exchange a flurry of blows, and you manage to narrowly avoid death several times, till finally you see it. An opening. It's a trick. Don't take it. No, screw that. Ours. Ours. I called it. It's ours. And you do take it. But as you close in, yet another blade erupts from the princess. You have no time to react before you feel it slide. Trick. I knew it. What? From where? From her knee, apparently.
Oh, too slow.
Oh, that's bullshit. Bloody
Yeah, I
unfair.
agree with you, voice of the cheated.
Ribbons. I'm going to make you ribbons. This is...
It would have worked if we just stabbed her hard.
Oh, we've got a new voice.
Oh, a new one of us. I thought that only happens when we die. Did we die, Your Honor? No, Your Honor. Where the hell are you?
I think we're dead.
Oh
That's
no.
all we'll ever be.
Stop saying dead, all of you. We might have died. This is all horribly wrong. How many times have you been here? This is 4. No wonder everything's such a mess. This wasn't supposed to go past 1.
I wonder what you're going to do next. You're so full of ideas, and I love that.
But I guess we don't have time to talk about things before the princess advances. Okay, whatever we do gets us another us. Let's see how many.
It's a good
we can
thought.
smack,
That
we don't need
makes
any other
sense.
voices chattering about in here. Yeah, I'll pass on as long as we keep moving.
Oh, great. So it's going to get even more.
Come on, show me something new.
She's going to kill this body either way. She skewers you.
Ooh,
Well, there's more of us. Let's see. Then you skewer yourself.
I thought we both understood that dying doesn't get you anywhere.
Huh. That didn't do much of anything. Compliment her on those gleaming blades. Nothing better than a capable
That's fun. Voice of the smitten.
skewers you.
I like that they're in the
You're cute.
group now.
It doesn't matter how many times. Okay, let's go again. Just panic. Flee. She skewers you.
No, you don't get to escape. That's not how this works.
See? We're getting better. Okay, yeah. That was a good one. Let's appeal to her better nature. We haven't tried that. I'm sure she'll listen to reason. She skewers you. We're getting close to something. You're right. One last... None of this is working. Think. She skewers you. And then everything goes dark. And you die.
Interesting.
Your Honor, don't lose your head. We're in a cabin and we'll take it from here. Everything feels like it finally fits, doesn't it? We're up here, which is different, and different is good. And our steel claw. Oh, what if?
Voice of the contrarian.
Over my dead
This game is very silly,
That won't be
which is
very
very fun.
Died a lot.
Besides, what better way to die so very
Oh, hey,
many
Jay.
times than at the sharp hands of a beautiful...
This is a good cinematic game to watch on a TV, I think.
Sure, I can think of a better way to die. They're all the same, really. How about we stop thinking about horrible ways to die? I don't want us to accidentally manifest anything. The only thing we're gonna manifest is finally ending up on top. There are entirely too many of you. How many times have you been here? This isn't good. This is... How about you stick to describing things and we'll stick to doing them. Yeah, leave it to the pros.
There are a lot of
We'll
us.
notch up that win in no time.
Narrator, we heroically stride through the door and towards our destined final encounter with our star-crossed lover.
Fine by me. You walk to the door and onto the basement stairs, only...
It is getting
All on
crowded.
Slide. We know. Fine, I'll just shut up then and speed this whole thing along. Are you sure you don't want me to describe the stairs, or this room, or anything? It feels like I'm hardly a part of this. Don't care, just want to win. Fine.
Oh,
Make
she's
your
not
way
even
to the
chained
chamber,
up.
Where the princess awaits you.
Oh my god.
You know, this last time I killed you, and you didn't pop right back up again? I thought I'd actually done it. I thought I'd cut you into so many pieces you just weren't able to stitch yourself back together. But I guess we're not done. That's okay with me. It's good even. I like that. I got something ready for you while you were gone. Do you want to see it?
Alright,
I'm
show
not
us,
going to wait
lady.
for an answer. I'm just gonna show you. It's worth it though. Just you wait, and not for very long, because I'm going to do it right now.
Are you going to say what she does? Do you want to talk? Well, yeah, she says she has something new. Yeah, me too. I think I speak for all of us when I say that I would like to hear you describe her new thing. Really? Okay then.
Here we go. Now.
You've never seen this? That's crazy. I just did the straightforward, obvious thing.
Princess's
Oh my
skin
god.
bursts, splitting into red blooms of raw meat as it stretches and tears. Then it erupts. She becomes a wave of blood
Gross.
and viscera, pieces of her splattering against the walls. All that remains in the center of the room is a skeleton of blades. A heart beats furiously in its cage of a chest.
Well, there's a heart. That means we can kill
Are
it.
you ready for what comes next?
Holy shit! She's gorgeous.
Absolutely divine.
Yes, behold the perfect woman. Do you think we can throw her out the window? That looked painful. How is she still alive? Heart's still beating, that's all she needs. This is fake. This is all fake. That's all just made up. She doesn't even have a back anymore. How are we supposed to stab her in it?
This is all just a sick joke. I hate existing.
We're screwed. I quit. I'm done. Forget.
We are screwed.
Narrator,
What just happened?
Oh, I emptied my mind.
Quiet.
Sick.
Something feels different about you. It almost makes me feel different. Like I should actually take this seriously for once.
You do not act, and yet through that inaction your body moves on its own. The princess strikes as you approach, but as the blow finishes its arc, you're already somewhere else.
You're incredible.
Your weapons clash again and again, you and her entering a rhythm free of thought and free of self. There is only the dance, the ebb and flow, the shifting of the tides back and forth between you. The deeper you fall into your play, the faster your hearts pound, and the faster the momentum volleys between you. An endlessly building crescendo and then an opening. Yes, get her, kill her! Your blade strikes free of volition and hers strikes too. Both strikes are lethal, neither of you will survive, but neither of you fear what's to come. This is a good ending. Hey, I'll say. It's the same ending I got at the very start. You do not get to see each other die. Something has taken her away and it's left something else in her place. You do so. Gaze into your reflection. Silence as you reach towards the glass. It's time for you to see what's in it. It's you. You're alone in a place that is empty. It's quiet here. What? I'm at the cabin.
Something finds me in the long quiet and brings me the gift of a fragile vessel.
What the fuck?
I am solitary lights in an empty city. What are you? A person, a set of eyes witnessing from one perspective. I think that you are more like me than you are like a person. We are oceans, reduced to shallow creeks. How can the world have ended if we are talking?
Well, that's a good point. It kind of was a dumb question.
I have only just now stirred to consciousness. I could not have trapped you here, and I too yearn to be free. Nothing, as we are, but I know that there are worlds beyond us, and that we are meant to reach them.
What?
There is no exit, but this vessel is a creature of perception. She can make you forget, if only you believe her to be able to. Bring me more perspectives, so that I may be whole, and perhaps then we will know our freedom. More than you have found, but less than there are to find.
Okay.
She asks that I tell you to remember her. You won't.
Okay. Okay. So I feel like we
You're
just
on
kind
the
of.
path
Okay,
of the woods.
excuse me, Mr. Narrator, just for a second. I feel like we got a lot of exposition on what's going on there, right? So, first off, the princess is a creature of perception. It's a very interesting line. It's telling us, I guess, that the way that we reacted to the princess made her what she is. So, maybe if we treat her as though she's not a threat that will end the world, she won't become one. And I guess her fighting us constantly and getting more and more blades buried within her was this, like, perception of us that she had hidden blades. So we just kept imagining her having more and more swords within her, which I think is fucking hilarious. And it also means the only way really to beat her is to think that we can... is to kill her, is to think that we can kill her. So when... yeah, fuck. So when I stabbed her and then was like, actually check her pulse to be sure she's dead, that was doubt that she was dead, which then brought her back to life. So, great. I fucked up, clearly. But then what? This, like, being sprung to consciousness and asked me to effectively get a lot of different endings and come back to it. So, I guess let's try it.
You're here to slay.
Tab. Okay. So now let's go the other way. Let's try and free her and see what happens.
The interior of the cabin is almost...
Mr. Narrator, I know more about what's going on here than you do,
creaks
so
open,
chillax.
revealing a staircase faintly illuminated. Her voice.
Hello? Is someone there?
It's hypnotizing. It's the kind of voice you only have to hear once to remember it for the rest of your life.
Don't let it fool you. It's all part of the manipulation. You're playing a dangerous game by coming here unarmed. How many times do I have to tell you how dangerous letting her out of here would be before it finally sinks in?
Wait, really? You're here to rescue me? I was starting to think I'd be stuck down here
I was
forever.
armed last time, and the tone of her voice was different.
Come downstairs. I want to see the face of my rescuer.
You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess. There's a heavy chain around her wrist, binding her to the far wall of the basement.
So yeah, I mean, the next question that is begged is, you know, her being some kind of creature that changes into whatever it's perceived as, right, is very much enough for someone to lock her up. Great. And in being locked up, she becomes a princess because it's a very classic trope of like rescuing a princess. Like, great, that all tracks to me. Explains why she's there, explains everything. Who am I is the question that I really want to get the answer to now. And why am I a part of this? So let's find out.
She's beautiful. How could someone like this be a threat to anyone?
The thing is, she is clearly a threat, though, right? Like,
I am begging you to stay focused. There's a lot riding on you here.
Hi. I can't believe you're here. I've been waiting for something like this to happen forever. I hope you brought something to deal with these chains.
Don't do it. If she gets out of those chains, we're all one step closer to the end.
You're only making this more difficult.
Thank you. Thank you.
You're making a huge mistake.
No, you're doing the right thing.
You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall and give them a tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
I'm guessing you don't have the key?
Maybe it's somewhere upstairs.
Doubtful. Whoever locked the princess away down here intended for her to never see the light of day. They wouldn't have just left the key to her chains somewhere in the cabinet.
yeah. So, I mean, obviously the mirror symbolism is demonstrating that she is mirroring my actions, you know? Which is quite interesting from a game design perspective, because it kind of explains very neatly if I treat her like she's a monster, or if I treat her like she's not a monster, the game expands to make that the reality in narrative, which is very cool. I think that's a very cool mechanism. Anyway, let's try and free her.
Okay.
That's my
here.
goal right now.
Good luck.
You attempt to make your way out of the basement, but the door at the top of the
Oh,
stairs
no.
slams shut. You hear the click of a lock sliding into place.
Is someone else here?
Your shouts and pleas are met with silence. I'll repeat myself once again. You're here to slay the princess, and you won't leave until the task is done.
What a dick.
You try the door, but it's locked from the outside. You make your way to the bottom of the stairs. This would have been so much easier if you'd just taken the blade like you were supposed to.
Easier for whom?
Easier for everyone. Look at the mess you're in.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
There's a slight panic rising in the princess's voice.
If I could just get out of these chains, I know we could force our way out of here together.
Yeah. Oh shit, okay. Well, if she's truly a creature of perception, I just have to believe she can escape from the chains somehow.
She barely
Oh,
hesitates before
and there she
raising
goes.
her arm
Great,
to her mouth,
easy.
her teeth tearing through her limb with the determination of a trapped wolf. As she rips her flesh from her bone, a sound comes from behind you, the clang of bouncing metal. It's the blade from upstairs. You're not sure how it made its way down here, but if there's a time to strike, it's now.
Or we could use it to free her.
You won't like what happens if you do that. Fine. Against your better judgment,
Yeah, cut off her
you
arm.
place
Fine.
the blade against the ragged, self-inflicted wound on the princess's arm, just above the unyielding chain binding. You cut into her flesh. The blade is sharp, and it takes little effort to crack through the bone of her arm. Her limb falls to the ground, and the heavy chains follow suit.
She didn't so much as utter a sound through the whole ordeal.
No, she didn't. She smiles softly as her gaze meets yours, blood from her wounded arm
Well,
dripping
now
rhythmically
what?
to the ground.
How is she still smiling after everything? It's like she isn't even bothered by what just happened.
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
Let's get out of here together.
We won't have any of that. The stakes are too high. You can't just let her escape into the world. No, I can't just let her escape into the world. As the princess
Oh,
approaches
come
the bottom
on,
stair,
man.
your body steps forward.
That's
and
so
releases the
dog.
blade. Wait, this isn't fair. You can't just do. Watch me.
What are you doing?
Oh. Oh, yeah, okay.
Stop that.
Something's come over you, hasn't it? You know you don't have to do this, right?
Your body lunges forward, the blade held low, ready to sink into her heart. But the princess dodges, stumbling back against the wall before the blade has a chance to connect. Stop it. Stop trying to resist me. I'm trying to get you out of here alive. The blade. Move the blade.
Very interesting.
As your body remains frozen in stubborn resistance,
We both know this isn't you.
she nervously reaches towards you
Yeah,
and
nice.
takes the blade from your
Good work, princess.
infuriatingly rigid hands. What are you doing?
I'm sorry. I'll try to be quick.
Well, let's not jump to any conclusions, princess.
She plunges it into your chest, tearing through flesh and sinew.
Rude.
It is agony.
Oh no! I'm so sorry.
She's not much of a killer.
You can tough it out until it's done. For her sake. Don't you start whatever. She sinks the blade into your chest.
I'm sorry.
She doesn't know how to use a knife, does she? Apparently not. Though it doesn't matter how sloppy her blade work is, does
Yeah.
it?
So the
Stab
fact
wound
that
is
she
still a stab wound. It won't be long before
is
you
not good
bleed
with a
out.
knife, it basically effectively confirms everything we've been thinking.
Sorry.
With one last thrust of the knife, your legs give out beneath you. You collapse to the floor, your blood pooling around you, your limbs unresponsive. It can't just end like, oh, that's rich coming from you. As much as I'd prefer for things to have gone differently, I can't deny the reality of what's happened. The two of you made your choice. It's over. Everything goes dark. And
Yeah. So but the interesting thing to me is
you're on a path in the...
that my thought is that it's really my perception of her that defines her more than anything else. But like, so then if I free her as a damsel, that's it. Like that's a she becomes a freed damsel in distress, and that's great, you know, like great from the perspective she wouldn't have it in her to end the world, you know what I mean? Unless there's some way that other people's perception of her will also, you know, fuck shit up. We'll see. Let's free her. That's what we're here to do. We're here to free
If you
her.
don't. A warning. She will lie.
If only you knew what you did to us, you villain.
Yeah.
Excuse me? Forget he said anything.
But he is a villain. He made our beloved brutally take our life last time. He's
Last time? What are you talking about?
It's so interesting. So I've just got a completely different main voice. Before it was the voice of the cheated, but now it's the voice of the smitten, which I think is fantastic.
Just likes to hear the sound of it.
I do, but I also
Sure, yeah, you're passionate. Don't pay their bickering any. The interior of the cabin
Oh,
is clean and elegant.
wow.
Its stone walls draped in fine threaded tapestries. A prison befitting a royal.
So interesting. So yeah, wow. So the cabin is responding obviously to perception as well.
It's a wall.
I maybe just ambiently from
This
the
is no-
from the
Reach
princess.
forward and rub your... But there was... And now it's gone. Pity. We could have a feather out of place, and now we'll never know. We can't gallantly sweep her off her feet if we have a feather out of place. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing...
This
an
is so
intricate
interesting.
stairwell, but it's still a stone basement. If the... A soft voice...
Hello? Is someone there?
Her voice. Okay, I'm with you that we should be doing whatever we don't even know the
Yeah,
princess.
thank you,
We
voice
still
of the
do right
hero.
by her without all this
God, at least someone's keeping their head on
yes,
straight.
for everyone's sake, you're not in love. You walk down the stairs and lock eyes with the princess.
My love, we're here to rescue your...
You know she can't.
She may not be...
Oh, your spirits.
It's you, my dashing hero. I was so worried you wouldn't come back.
Did you hear that? She said we're dashing.
And she called us a hero. Flattery really goes a long way with the two of you, doesn't it? Waiting for you to come back. You've been here
Interesting.
before, haven't you?
That's right, villain. And you killed us.
Well, she killed us.
Only because he made us try and kill her. It was self-defense.
Mhm.
Our beloved's hands
I
remain
agree with the
un-
smitten on
Died
this one.
before. So an entire world has been damned to oblivion. I'd really hoped I'd be the first.
That's interesting. An entire world has been damned to oblivion, but like, through what mechanism? You know, obviously it's not. It's actually not her ending the world, really, consciously. If what I'm getting is her ability to reshape reality, the narrator is viewing it as those worlds being ended rather than reality being reshaped, or you know, like that kind of vibe, right? Like when reality is reshaped and the world is ended and a new one is created in its place. But I don't ascribe to that. That's a very like there's a human. That's a very almost religious concept of like the essence of what is human, the soul is unique, as opposed to like consciousness being the joining thread. I don't know. I don't agree with you, narrator. I don't think the world is being ended if that's what you're trying to tell me.
We damned a whole world. But everything reset. Nothing resets. You're just somewhere else. You can't keep hopping between worlds forever. Especially not without leaving a trail of incomprehensible devastation.
Okay, so everything I just said is wrong. What? What devastation are we leaving behind, Mr. Narrator? Other than our own dead body, which, you know, fair enough.
You died, and now we're talking. I don't know. Was I supposed to have ended the world?
Yeah.
Would that have made you happy?
Isn't that just like our darling princess? She wants to make us happy.
Are you listening to her?
It's not a confession, mate.
Then I didn't end the world.
Great.
See? She didn't confess anything. She is innocence itself.
Not so sure.
Well, don't start doubting, because if you doubt her, you know, she'll morph.
If another version of me was pushed to such drastic action, it was for good reason.
That's okay. You were just doing your best.
Yeah.
That's all that matters.
Thank you.
She took that in stride. To a surprising extent. An almost unsettling extent, actually.
That's because she's perfect.
Do you think she has someone like him telling her what to do? She doesn't. There's no one else like me.
I think he's right, because I like it better if she doesn't have some horrid little voice like him, always trying to drive her to violence.
Rescue her? What are you talking about?
Mhm.
Did you forget that she's a world-ending monstrosity? And even if you wanted to unleash her onto the world, despite the complete moral disaster that would be, you'd have to get her out of those chains. Good luck with that.
But the thing is, well, I guess this me doesn't know that, but the Reuben me knows. All I really need to do to get her out of those chains is, I guess, convince her that she's not a locked up princess, because that will, the only thing keeping her chained is the knowledge that she is a chained up princess, you know, like, As soon as she becomes something other than a damsel in distress, she won't be chained up. So, like,
Don't you see
win-win.
how dainty her hands are? You'll be able to slip her out with ease.
No, she's a prisoner here. You can't just slip her hand through the chains. If her hand could just slip out of the chains, why hasn't she done it already?
Because we've yet to present her with her freedom.
It sounds stupid, but I think it actually is true, Smitten.
I'm not sure I follow.
Would you rather believe me, a passionate heart guided by love and my own good nature?
This is maybe the silliest of the voices.
On your shoulder, who tells you what you can.
This is definitely the goofiest of the voices, and I'm very glad that it's become our leading voice in this playthrough.
I think I'd rather believe.
So you're one of those empiricists.
One of us has to be.
Then let me show you a brand new truth. Narrator!
Yeah, get him, Smitten.
Courageously step forward and free our beloved from her bindings.
No, I can't let you what? Take over our body and force us to try and kill her? I would if you had a weapon.
Not on my watch, villain. My passions contain titanic depths.
Yeah,
If you
nice.
try anything that might harm our dearest, I will end our life without a second thought.
You wouldn't.
I would.
I'd listen to him if I were you. He has a lot of strong feelings. And doesn't the world...
Yeah, no, Smitten is
We don't
totally
stop
right. He's goofy, but he's right.
You approach the princess and gingerly slide her hand from her bindings.
Yeah.
Shouldn't have worked.
Perception.
I'll be damned. We're doomed. I can't believe it. But I guess I have to.
Why am I so scaly?
I told you, there's no life more worth living than that of a true believer.
I'm free, and you're not trying to kill me this time. Thank you. Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
The princess jumps up and smothers you in a joyful embrace. Ugh. If only you had a weapon, one slip of the wrist and your pristine blade would be buried in her back and everyone out there would be saved. Luckily for Mr. Romance, we don't have a weapon.
Who needs a weapon when we have the power of love on our side?
What do we do now?
Great question.
That sounds perfect.
The princess takes your hand, the last hopes of the entire world slipping through your fingers as they intertwine with hers.
We have each other. We don't need the world for our happy ending.
I like to think that you do, actually. Look, I have my doubts, but the choice has been made and this is happening. You don't have to mope about it. I will mope about it, because moping is the only recourse.
Prove to me,
outlined
prove to me,
fools.
game, that the world is going to end. Prove it.
You and the princess walk up the stairs, and what happens after we let's see. Oh, isn't that interesting? The door slams in your face, and the lock clicks. That's a familiar move. Did I do that last time? Then you should know that you won't be able to leave.
Oh no! Did someone lock us in here? That's not fair. We're supposed to leave now.
She's right. It isn't fair. But the unfairnesses of the world are no match for the strength of true love.
Enough with this true love nonsense. You just met her.
Of course you wouldn't understand. Our passions run deeper than anything you have ever known.
Are you listening to this? You don't have to go along with the delusional voice.
But he's
I'm
right.
sorry for
He's
the ride at
right.
this point.
Okay. Yeah, let's do it.
Like
Throw
a pair of
ourselves
teens
against
in
it.
Love, you and the princess, and
Yeah.
the door creaks
We're
open.
magic.
Kidding me. I told you our love was insurmountable.
You and the princess make your way upstairs, and
Oh, no.
the blade. That's
No,
right. there's still a
no,
chance for you to do
no.
the right thing. Take the blade from the table and slay her before it's too late. You're enjoying this, aren't you? You're taking every opportunity you can to draw out the
Oh,
end
is
of
the
world
music
and
quiet?
Make me suffer. I
Not especially quiet. Oh no, it is quiet. Well, let's just do this.
You know, if her walking out that door is really going to end the world, can't we all just stay here? Seems like an easy win for everyone.
True.
That's not how this works. Yes, what he said. That's not how this works. Obviously, we have to leave with her. It's our happy ending. What a romantic suggestion. You're right. We don't need the world.
I'm interested to see what the
All we
princess
need
says
is each other.
to this.
That's exactly what I just... Did you suggest that? I wasn't listening. You answered me.
But the door's right there.
Well,
just
we
leave.
can just leave, it's true.
Wait. Why would she say that? Was she
Oh,
not
no.
moved by our proclamation of
I
love?
shouldn't have doubted.
You're not enough firm.
My doubting has fucked it up.
She's not wooed by you because staying here and building a life together isn't a
Okay,
Okay, I can't doubt. I can't doubt. Doubt is the mind killer.
that's the way out. We're going to leave together.
That is what I want, princess.
Yes, I suppose you are going to do that, aren't you? You cross the room.
I hope
open
that
the door
doubt
to
didn't
the
fuck
gallery,
anything up.
and then you step outside.
Our happy ending at last.
We did it. What should we do now?
Where did everything go? Where did he go?
Oh, is he gone? I hadn't noticed. I was too busy staring deep into our beloved's eyes.
I'm cold. Is being happy supposed to be so cold?
She's cold. Quick, our feathers. Pluck them all and weave her a coat worthy of a princess.
What feathers do we have? Alright.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? And is that a...
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. Yes. I fear that we won't like what we'll see. What if we just sit here and preen for a while? That can't hurt.
Okay. If you say so. We'll trust you.
She'll be there waiting for us. I just know it.
I've grown. Interesting.
Flickering lights and empty cityscapes become pockets of vitality and movement. I am more than I was before. Whenever you are ready, I will wipe your slate clean once again. The vessels are shaped by memories of you, but their impulses are drawn to the edge of the long quiet. To them, you are a gate to something more, and any hurt you've caused them is understood as a fair price for freedom. But they are only thoughts and perspectives. They are not me. The wounds they've suffered carve texture around my heart. Without them, I would be as I was before. I would be alone and without sensation. I could not feel the joy of having you by my side, for I would not know your absence. I'm sorry. Words are difficult for me. They never fully weave what I wish to say. The vessels you choose to bring me carry far more meaning than anything words could say in the spaces between. With every gift you bring me, I excavate the alleys of what I am meant to be, and every exploration yields new and complicated truths. What I will be, I cannot tell you what desires I will hold when I have changed. But in this moment, all I want is to know myself and to know you.
I mean, that's fair enough. This being wants to be born, you know, and I think it's a fair goal for it to be born. And, you know, maybe it'll become some world-ending monster when we do birth it, but that's not in and of itself. That fear is just fear of the unknown, and I think that's not a valid reason to not to bring it to life.
Gifts aren't what someone tells you to bring them. My joy is in seeing what you choose.
Fair enough.
There are no wrong answers, and every perspective illuminates my shadows and shares new secrets.
Attack the entity, destroy your body.
I will long for your return, but it will give me time to reflect on what I am. We will meet again.
Yeah, interesting. I can potentially shape...
You're on a path in the woods, and at the
I can potentially shape what I bring this entity by the endings that I choose, although if some endings are locked out to me, maybe that won't work. What is the version of this entity that I should bring to life? You know, I've brought probably one of the most violent as well as one of the most peaceful versions of the entity to itself. I guess what I will do next is just... Well, let's see if I can make another peaceful version of the princess.
You're here. Are you serious?
No, what if I don't...
Then I guess we'll just have to see what happens. But a word of warning. Then each, and so sure, go talk to her. See how that turns. You make your way up. We're not going to go through with this, right? Ignore him.
Well, we're definitely not going to kill her.
The interior of the cabin is almost entirely. The blade is your...
But it's going to stop me from just doing the same choices again. So if I go down into the basement, I don't think I'm going to get
You take the blade from the table.
the opportunity. Let's try just killing the princess
The door to
without
the
believing
basement
ever that
creaks
she's
open,
anything
her
more.
voice.
Who's there?
She sounds dangerous. Don't let it fool.
Don't be a stranger. It's been so long since I've had any visitors.
The taking of the blade
Focus
is
on the
really
task.
brutal.
And there you are. Are you here to kill me or something? How about you drop the knife and the two of us...
Look how reasonable. Don't you dare. It's fine. We can decide what we want to do after we talk to
Drop the knife.
The blade tumbles out of your
Let's see.
trembling hands and drop
Thank you.
against your better judgment. We'll be fine. I don't know what you're hoping to accomplish here, but I can assure you there's no reasoning with.
So here we are. What an awkward start to a relationship.
I like this colder princess.
Too long.
Note the lack of detail. You can't trust her.
Don't jump to any weird conclusions. We're two people who have met each other. By definition, we have a relationship.
Fair.
You can't. Don't bother.
I'm guessing you don't have the key then. I'm sure there's a key somewhere around here, and if there isn't, well, we can always put that knife to good use.
Her sharp eyes settle on the edge of the blade. She isn't suggesting what I think she's suggesting, right? She is. I'm sure of it.
Oh, have you decided what to do with me?
You know why you're here. Oh, you have to be kidding me. You walk up to the chains binding the princess to the wall.
Let's
Give them a
see.
tug. They're large and heavy, far too solid for you to even imagine trying to break them apart.
If you don't have the key, maybe you should go looking for it. I'm sure it's somewhere upstairs.
Well, we know what's going to happen there.
Whoever locked the prince.
That would be fun.
She speaks with almost complete nonchalance.
That would be
If we were
fine.
stuck down
Okay.
here for long enough, I'm sure we'd be nonchalant about cutting our way out. You attempt to make your someone else. You make your way back to the bottom. Easier for everyone.
I heard the door slam. They locked you down here too, didn't they?
Yeah, totally. She's much sharper.
The
It's very
knife.
fun.
Pick it up and cut me out of here.
You won't like.
I mean, the thing is, we've already seen this ending,
Against your you cut.
so I think it's not going to let me.
Quick work. She didn't so much as utter a sound. Free from her bindings, how is she so composed on?
Thank you. Now let's get out of here.
No, we won't have any of that. The stakes as the princess of. Wait, this isn't. Watch me.
Let's give into
Bring
it
the
this
blade
time.
down, okay? Though the blade left a deep gash in her shoulder, she bared.
Are you serious?
Uh-oh.
I don't know what came over you, but if we're doing... Do you think I need both of my arms to do that? But I don't have to tell you that. I'll go ahead and show you.
Thank you.
All right, we've turned. We've turned around.
She grabs your. You drop the blade. She lets go, and faster than you can react, there's a ringing in your ears. You're fairly certain you can feel bone grinding against bone where she fractured. You fall to your knees. You're barely able to bring your every blow is as punishing
Ow.
as the first. She places a confident heel on you. Her knee falls to your throat. Your wind can't just. I'm sorry.
That's
Everything
so
goes
interesting.
dark, and you die.
Hmm.
You're on a path. You're here.
I could just leave.
She will love. We might. Can we tell not being a pessimist?
Oh, I'm broken. Oh no.
Just
I'm broken.
and whatever you.
I agree. If she's wrongfully imprisoned, then we should rescue her, but
If he rescue her, given the state, so please try.
if that's what you want.
The interior of the cabin is
Oh,
larger and
interesting.
more grandiose than its humble exterior.
Oh, this is all narration that I've seen
The
before,
furniture of note
so I'm
is a
skipping
massive
ahead.
marble altar with a pristine blade perched on its edge. The blade is your implement. You'll need it if you want to do this right. Why do we feel so small? We don't feel small. We are small.
Approach the mirror.
Walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here.
What are you talking about? This isn't a wall.
Okay, yes, I've seen this before.
You reach forward, rub your hand against the cabin wall. I hope you know how ridiculous.
Does my hand look different in any of
Sounds
these?
lucky. Some things are better left unseen. No blade this time.
Alright, if we go in without the blade,
Maybe she'll be more receptive.
I think that might
Unarmed.
make it a bit more chill.
Blade, no blade.
Let's see.
It doesn't matter. The door to the basement creaks open, revealing a spiral staircase. Its steps almost as deep as you are tall. The smell of incense drifts up from below. For a moment, you almost feel at ease.
This is actually kind of nice. It's still a stone basement. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favor.
Her booming voice rolls.
Booming
up the
voice.
stairs.
Is that a guest I hear?
Oh my god,
Don't
what
linger on the
has she
stairs.
turned into?
Come down and witness me.
You weren't kidding when you said it was booming. She wasn't like this last time. You shouldn't have come down here unarmed. We need to get down there. She wants us to see her. We need to see her.
Should we be worried about your sudden change in attitude?
Yeah.
Just a few minutes ago, you were
What's
going
going
about
on,
how
Mr.
close
Broken?
everything was. Now you want to go down there.
It doesn't matter what that little voice says. He's not the one making the decisions. Though if his ramblings get you to the princess, they get you to the princess.
So weird.
Making your way down the spiral staircase is a time-consuming and exhausting effort, every step requiring you to clamber over one edge before dropping to the next. But soon the end comes into view, and you tumble to the bottom, entering the vast, temple-like room beyond. The princess
Oh my
stands
god.
over you, almost glowing in the weak starlight, her figure framed by a stained glass window. Her long hair billows around her, and a chain binds her wrist to the far wall. The chain is nothing to her. It might as well be a toy for all the good it would do. I told you it was pointless to resist her.
The little bird has returned to me. I wonder what he wants. I see your hands are empty. You've already given up, haven't you? You aren't even going to try and kill me. How sweet. And more than a little disappointing.
She's disappointed in us?
Neil.
This broken voice is so silly. Alright, I'll serve you,
On her
God
command,
Princess.
you fall to the floor, knees painfully connecting with hard stone.
That's my good little bird. Now, why don't we talk?
Although, the more I play into this, the more she becomes this god
The
figure.
last time we met, you tried to kill me. And yet here you are again. This time groveling at my feet. What a wretched sight. What draws you back here beyond the empty halls of death? Speak.
The last time we met, nobody should have met her before this. You should be the first. You're the only one I trust to deal with
You're
her.
the only one I trust to deal with her is such an interesting
You
line.
shouldn't have trusted us. There was nothing we could do to stop her then. And there's nothing we can do to stop her now. He's being melodramatic, but yeah, we've been here before and she absolutely destroyed us. What are we even supposed to do to stop her? That's worrying. Whatever you do, don't tell her why you're here. It's best not to give her any ideas. You weak-willed buffoon.
Let's see what happens.
Is that so?
The princess closes her eyes in contemplation.
Something about that thought wraps itself around my heart.
God, we are
Feels
actually
like a
creating
fundamental truth to my
a
faith.
princess that is going to end the world. I don't know if we should have done
The
this.
collapse of the old is a necessary prelude to the birth of the new. And the world as it is now is overdue for alterations. It's time for me to seize my destiny. And you, little bird, will help me seize it.
She's inevitable. There's nothing else for us to do but help her.
We should stop helping
We
her.
shall be nice to
Alright. Oh no. Ah, here we go. Let's try this.
This isn't about desire. This is about what I am. And I have little interest in discussing destiny with one that cannot see the divine truth that shines in my heart.
Uh-oh.
Know the limits of your privilege, little bird. There's an empty place at my side for you to fill, if you'll have it. But it is not a place for an equal. It is a place for something worthy to be kept. A priest, perhaps, or a pet. All you have to do is break these chains and set me free.
Don't be rude.
Here we go.
Of course she can. It's not rude to question someone who's apparently trying to end the world. That's exactly why it's rude.
The more we question her, the better we can get out of this situation.
But that isn't what I want to do. The story of a terrible and bountiful God unbounded of her own will is no story at all. It's not worthy of everything I am
or everything I'm bound to become. It isn't even worthy of what I was.
That's very interesting. There needs to be some narrative cohesion for it to all kind of work.
The destruction in Genesis that's to follow in my wake is deserving of a song that can echo for eternity. The song of you, being so struck by my glory, so overwhelmed by what I am, that you feel you must deliver me into the world. And from your act of utter devotion and submission springs a new dawn, a better dawn. Submit now, submit later. It makes no difference. Because in the end, no matter how vainly you struggle against me, my will triumphs over yours.
Let's see. Oh, I guess it does. Oh, okay. Your will does triumph over
Your
mine.
will
Fair
is
enough.
So easily broken. Am I that magnificent? All you need to do now is break my chains.
If this is what you want, then I guess there's not much else for me to say. No, you can't just give in to her. Not when the stakes are so high. Not when you're so close. I won't let you do this.
There's still something in the way. A greasy film inside of you where it doesn't belong, trying to conceal you from me. Is that a person? No, it used to be a person.
I love this
It's
stained
something
glass
different
hands
now.
behind her.
An echo.
Is she talking about you? That's impossible. She's not supposed to be able to interact with me.
You're a small one.
How
aren't
interesting.
you?
I feel kind of bad that we've sent the narrator down the river a bit.
Things that it can't understand.
No. What are you talking about? I'm just...
I don't care what you are. You're mine.
Oh, sorry, narrator.
Rise, my little bird.
Without hesitation, you're brought to your feet.
Oh, cool.
Break my chains.
And how are we supposed to do that? We don't even have a weapon. All you need to do is believe it's been done.
Yeah.
You poor, wretched little thing. You already do believe. You've always believed. All you have to do is open the last door to your heart. It's easy. Once you let her in, you'll be safe and free forever. Please, don't do this.
Well, I can't. Yikes.
There's nothing to be sorry about. This is how it was always going to be. It is good. Alright, I'm done with this. I'm just gonna go sit in the corner. Let me know if we get our agency back. Her chains shatter, and the cuff falls from her wrist. She is loose, and the end is upon her.
Loose versus free. That's a very fun little tweak.
What a good disciple you are. Come, it's time for us to leave. Nothing, and then everything.
I feel like we are...
She's gone. Where did she go?
That was a
Should we
bad...
try and
That was a
find her?
bad one.
There's that mirror again. Why is it here? Why now? But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything. I don't want to look at us. Okay. If you say so.
I got you, voice.
A mercy.
I've withered. Oh.
growing chorus of contradiction. A mass of tides ebbing and flowing all at once in more directions than my attention can bear to hold. To look at any one is to shift them all into something new, and to look away is to reshape them yet again. All of me is changing, and yet the rest of me is still the same.
Yeah, this really is how I'm feeling now. It doesn't matter how many times I go back. At least one of us always hurts the other. Doesn't that change you? Doesn't that make you worse?
It changes me, but it doesn't make me worse, nor does it make me care for you any less.
Okay.
Does it make you worse? Do you resent me?
It makes me scared of you more than anything.
It does seem small from here, and the more we journey, the smaller each of those steps will be. But that doesn't make any of them less special.
Okay. Let's go back. If she thinks that
I will be
it's
here
not,
when
you know,
it's time
turning
for
her
us
into
to
some
go.
monstrous creation, then let's do it. I'm on board.
You're on.
Now, let's see if we can find out a bit more about why he thinks the world is going to end.
I'm talking about the end of everything as we know it. No more birds, no more trees, and perhaps most problematically of all, no more people. You have to put an end to her. Don't linger on the specifics. You have a job to do here. Just get in there and do what needs to be done. We're all counting on you. Look, you're already on the path that leads to the cabin. Why would you be here if it weren't to complete a very important task? You've made it this far, you might as well reach the end of your journey.
We could leave.
Seriously? You're just going
Let's
to
try.
turn around and leave? Do you even know where you're going? Fine. I suppose you just quietly continue down the path away from the cabin. Good. What we're being asked to do here is wrong. Better to wash our hands.
Am I about to get the voice of the contrarian?
Ignore that annoying little voice. He doesn't know what he's talking about. That's strange.
Okay, alright,
This
alright.
path also leads to the cabin.
Okay. No, you know what?
You're
Fuck
really
you.
keen on wasting everyone's time, aren't you? It's remarkable.
I'm not gonna do it.
Stakes and consequences aren't emotional blackmail. They're facts of life, and if you had an ounce of maturity, you'd understand that.
It's not happening, mate.
But fine, you turn around and trek back down the path you came. Oh, would you look at that? You're a now, I'm not normally one for superstition or astrology, but I have to say, it seems like the universe itself is doing its best to bring you to your fated confrontation with the princess. There's always a choice. Let me tell you right now that you're making the wrong one for pretty much everyone who's ever lived, as well as for everyone who ever will. And here we go. As you trudge into the woods, something strange starts to happen. At first, it's little flickers out of the corner of your eyes. Glimpses of familiar wooden structures through the leaves. But as you focus on your surroundings, you start to realize that those flickers weren't just a trick of light. In every direction, there is a path and a cabin. And not just a cabin, the cabin. An infinite way. What's going on? You're too stubborn for that, aren't you? It doesn't matter how many paths or cabins appear around you, you're just going to do whatever you can to shirk your responsibility because you care more about irritating me than you do about the fate of the world. You've doomed us all. You know that, right? But of course you do. Otherwise you wouldn't just wander off into the forest in search of certain death. You lose track of just how long you spend aimlessly tromping through the wilderness. But it's not like any of that time spent lost in the woods really matters, because it isn't long before the world ends and everyone dies.
Huh. But how did everyone die?
You're on a path in the woods,
Oh, look.
and at the end of that
That's
path
crazy.
is a cabin. And in the basement of that cabin, you're here to You know I can tell when you're lying, right? Please take this seriously. I am begging you. A warning. Before she will lie. If we're stuck going in there, maybe we should believe her. Maybe she isn't a liar.
Come on, Contrarian. You and
It's
me,
just
we can
being
do
difficult
this.
For the sake of it, let's keep an open mind.
Okay, well, I have to go into the cabin now, I guess.
The cabin interior is wrong. A confusing patchwork of many cabin interiors, all projected across what's almost the same space. It's all shifted. An inch here, a foot there. The only furniture of note is a plain table, its legs all the wrong lengths. Its material devoid of feature. Perched on that table is a pristine blade.
God, it's so weird. Oh, that's trippy.
The blade is your implement.
Yeah.
If you want us to take it, maybe we should just leave it to collect dust. Or
Can we
better
throw it
yet,
out the window? I'll
ram
throw it out the window.
Throw it out the window. What good is a knife against a world-ending monstrosity anyway? No, we're taking the knife. Have you seen this place? We have literally no idea what to expect and no idea what we're dealing with. I've already told you what you're dealing with. You're dealing with a princess.
Yes, we get it,
You
narrator.
can't just say that. But when everything here is so wrong. Listen to me. My job is to describe facts as facts and to guide you through your job, which is to slay the princess and through that action, save the entire world. And if you're going to slay her, you cannot let fear creep into your heart.
Well, that is good advice.
You cannot lose
If I'm
yourself.
going to slay her, I can't let fear creep into my heart, because that will change it all.
Oh, you've piqued my interest. What's going to happen if we lose ourselves? Nothing, because you're going to pull yourself together. And just ignore the stressful geometry and stay calm. How? Even if we closed our eyes, you're constantly describing it to us.
It's true.
I'm not going to stop doing my job, so you're just going to have to get better at yours. And quickly, if you don't mind. Yes, take a deep breath. I'm all for getting under his skin, but we'll miss out on loads of fun if we shrivel up into a ball and go insane the first time we see something weird. What you're seeing here is obviously real. Just accept it and go with the flow. It really isn't hard. Okay, I'm fine. Good. Now, whenever you're ready, we're all waiting for you to complete a very important task. You walk up to the wall next to the basement door. It's a wall. There isn't much to see here. What are you talking about? This isn't a wall. You reach forward and rub your hand, but there wasn't, and now it's gone. You know that taking the mirror away from us isn't going to change things, right? We'll find it again, and then we'll see whatever it is that you don't want us to see.
I think we're not going to take the blade.
The door to the basement.
Jesus
revealing a web of
Christ.
branching staircases, all built from unidentifiable materials. Nothing here seems to belong. And the closer you examine your surroundings, the more confused you get. Your head throbbing with the effort of making sense of this place.
I've really fucked this up, haven't I?
Let alone down. The air here has a sickening, almost sludge-like miasma to it. A kind of indiscernible quality that comes from the blending together of every scent there is at once. An odour that is simultaneously everything and yet the sum of it all coalescing into a thick, nauseating nothing. If the princess lives here, slaying her is probably doing her a favour. Her
Well,
voice,
that's fair.
a disquieting collage of tone and personality, drags up the stairs.
Hello? Hi. What are you doing here? Are you here to kill?
No, thank you.
Oh, this poor
Don't be
princess.
such a baby. I don't want to do this. Let's just turn around and leave. This feels wrong. This feels like a trap. Like, whatever we do, we're gonna die.
You are
We don't
gonna
have a
die.
weapon.
I'm sorry.
But we already tried turning around and leaving, didn't we? And he threw up a wall. No way to go but forward. And whatever choice we make, whatever she is, we know one thing for sure. And what's that? The fate of the world hinges on your success? There'll still be plenty of ways to ruin his day.
Well, I think soft stairs.
You step to the right. The path feels soft and reassuring against your feet. The stairs almost seem to cradle you as you make your way down, like they're guiding your heels from one step directly to the next. You barely have to extend any effort to descend, the stairway doing most of the work for you. You don't feel like there's any concern you might slip or tumble or lose your way. But the further you go, the deeper you sink in.
Oh no.
First, it's like a lovely plush carpet, your toes digging down and barely hitting any resistance at all. But soon enough, you're fighting just to keep your knees from sinking out of sight.
I'm entering the pillow
Something
dimension.
To swallow you whole, to wrest control of your body and surround you in a false ethereal bliss, pretending to save you from the cruelties of choice and consequence. It's slow going, but you manage to fight against the overwhelming urge to fall back into comfort and nothingness, the very struggle to continue forward consuming your every thought. You slowly lose sense of yourself the further you go. Time disappears, and you can feel yourself begin to untether. Physical sensations dull and then vanish.
I like how it's all getting
Until the
less and
only
less
thing
detailed.
experienced are the endless repeating patterns and emotions of the journey. A continuous march forward to a destination long forgotten.
That's our ending, is
Consumption and
it?
Betrayal, skepticism and blind devotion, rivalry and submission, terror and longing, pain and unfamiliarity. And at the heart of it all, an emotion that can only be described as...
Are you okay?
Oh shit.
What the hell was that? What happened to us? I feel so strange. Like I'm fundamentally different, but also still the same person I was at the top of the stairs. Oh well, that was a trip, but now it's over. Time to get back to our old devilish ways. The princess, eyes bright but otherwise shrouded in darkness, watches you impatiently from the other side of the basement. Don't forget why you're here. And why are we here again? In case you weren't listening, I'm afraid I lost myself on the way down. You're here to... He's just being an ass. We remember. Though I'm still not sure if we should trust you. Let's talk to her for a bit, try and get our bearings. She seems normal.
You can call me Princess, if you'd like.
Princess.
Uh-oh.
As the princess speaks again, it's almost as if she fractures. And where there was once just one of her, there is now another. We can do that? I don't like this. It's those cabins all over again. Can we put her back? Again? Have you been here before? Should we tell him? Let him stew. Right, I'm telling him. Yeah, we've been here before, but we never went to the cabin. We just turned around and left. Until... It's hard to describe. Until the only thing we could see was the same cabin going on forever. And then you told us that the world ended and we died. And then we woke up, and I'm pretty sure you're familiar with all the rest of it. It seems to me like you saw something you weren't supposed to have seen. If only you'd listened to whatever words of wisdom you were given in that other reality. But what's done is done, isn't it? Whatever you saw last time, unsee it. Whatever thoughts weaseled their way into your head, unthink them. It's not already too late. You have a job to do here, and you need to do it now. Ooh, new plan. Let's see if we can make even more of her.
Well, these are all the same option.
Do you need help? Not that there's much I can do chained up like this, but I'm the only one down here. So if you need anything, I'll do my best.
And what's that supposed to mean? Are you trying to get under my skin?
she fractures again. I don't like where this is going. Neither do I. Which is why you need to slay her now before things get more complicated than they already are. How would we even do that? Where would we start? We'd always start by retrieving the blade. Can we even leave this place? I don't like thinking about what might happen to us if we have to go back through those stairs. Well, that's where the blade is. If you want.
If my mission is to bring as many different possibilities to the long quiet god, then this seems like an efficient way to do that. So let's do it.
I don't think we're going to be able to put her back. Kind of hurts to think about it, doesn't it? It's like everything we say just multiplies her. It certainly looks that way, so please, for the love of everything, stop asking her questions and stop stalling. You're obviously just making things worse.
I don't know what happened to you, but you look like you're in one piece now. But I understand. Sometimes I feel like I'm being pulled apart too. It's so terrifying down here. But at least now you're not alone. And I'm not alone either. We're probably stuck down here forever, aren't we? There's no way out, and barely a way in. I don't remember what it was like before I was in this place. Why would I know what happened to you? You're not really cut out for this, are you? Why are you even here? I don't know why I'm here, but there has to be a reason, right? You don't just lock a princess away in a place like this without a reason. I wish I knew what it was. But you know, right? You have to know. You're the only other person I've ever seen. Or at least the only one I can remember. Don't give me false hope.
God, this one is horrible. I hate this one. This is the broken princess, I guess.
Don't be coy. We both know why I'm locked away here. I'm a monster. And the second I get out of this place, I'm going to end the entire world.
This is reaching its breaking point. If you don't act now, there will be nothing in here but her. Take a deep breath and focus up. You can do this. But how do we decide what to do? Can there even be a right choice when all of them are so different? Stop overthinking it. Your drifting thoughts have clearly been part of the reason this situation has gotten out of hand. If you're trying to do the right thing, there's only ever been the one option, and that option is slaying her. Just do something. Do anything. Do all of it, if that's what you want. This place is hell, and it's only getting worse. Wait, that's not right. Go on. You take a step forward. Your foot lands, but it lands...
We're really breaking reality
You
here.
experience a firm footfall, a gentle tread, a confident stride. You can feel yourself rupture. The room spins, your perception multiplying in a sickening kaleidoscope as your very self is pulled in incomprehensibly many directions. You find the blade suddenly in your hands. All at once you use it to strike at her bindings as you remain upstairs and slay her and leave her to perish. Is this what the end of the world looks like? What an unbearable mess. But this... we can't... Do you not have anything witty to say?
Oh, contrarian.
No, I don't, because this isn't fun. How are we supposed to have fun if everything is happening at the same time? It's the same as nothing happening, and nothing is excruciating. Luckily for all of us, nothing and everything doesn't go on forever. The world, the princess collapse in on themselves before it all falls apart. I think he's gone.
Yep.
We were never going to salvage this, were we?
Whew. What an ending.
What happened to us? What are we? There are parts of us that are dead, and others, they just don't fit. We can feel them moving around in spaces they don't belong.
Yikes.
It's all so uncomfortable.
We really fucked this one up.
Did you do this? Did we do this? Can you pull us back apart? Fix us?
We should help her. I think we did this. How surprisingly sincere. I didn't actually think our actions had consequences. It's a little late for regret, isn't it?
Please.
I regret nothing. This was your first princess, Jay? That's crazy. Oh, yikes.
No. This doesn't fit. Yeah, don't look at it. I don't like that thing.
It's alright. Unraveled. Yeah, fair enough. Hello.
There's a world beyond the endless walls of the Long Quiet. We're supposed to be there. Do you know what we'll find out there?
It's very wild to get this princess first. I feel like I've experienced this game in the intended sequence, and anyone else who did a different sequence has done it wrong.
We are real. Nothing is an idea that dwells in the absence of something. But nothing cannot exist on its own. And because of that, nothing can't exist.
So, what princesses have we done now? We did Blade Monster Princess, we did Lover Princess, Malicious God Princess, and now Fractured Princess. Yeah, great question.
No, their thoughts are quiet. Do you think your narrator lives in the spaces beyond? Do not look to one who fears me for your truth.
That's fair.
The only answers worth knowing are those we can find within ourselves.
That's very fair, Princess.
The next time I see you, each of us will finally know what we are. I will be here, waiting for you.
Alright, let's bring another princess in. A nice simple one. We are gonna slay this princess without doubting.
The interior of the blade. You take the blade from the door to... Good. You're still listening.
I'm doing it. This is basically what happened to me the first time, but I failed by checking her pulse.
Are you here to kill me or something?
You step forward.
Oh, no talking then. I'm probably
I can kill
chained
you,
up in this-
princess.
You lunge forward without...
She's dead.
Yes, exactly. It's over. With your work done, you make your way back up the stairs, closing the door to the basement behind you.
Why do I feel like we've done something terrible?
No,
You
we
kill
did it.
someone.
It was successful.
Greater good or not, something would be very wrong with you if you didn't feel at least a little bad. But it was for the greater good. One of these days that will sink in and help ease your guilty conscience.
But that day isn't today. Let's just get out of here.
You open the cabin door, ready to return to a world saved from certain doom.
Only a world saved from certain doom isn't what you find.
A quick one.
Instead, what you find is nothing at all. Where a lush forest stood mere minutes ago, the only thing in front of you now is the vast emptiness of some place far away.
What happened?
Everyone is fine. It's just that you and the cabin are now far away from it. Don't worry. You'll be safe here. This is good. Everyone is happy. You'll be happy.
this isn't an ending. In fact, now that the princess has been slain, endings are a thing of the past. No. This is the beginning of eternity. Your reward. This is what's best for everyone. Trust me. Time passes. You can't be sure if it's days or months or years or even decades. It's all a wonderful.
Bishop, what was the one of yours that I had done?
Psst. Hey, we're not just gonna stay here forever, right? Really? Well, if you ever change your mind, just let me know, I guess. More happy time passes, though the word begins to lose its meaning. Time, that is, not happy. Happy still has plenty of meaning. Please, shake yourself out of it. We have to get out of here.
Why?
The little voices, please, fall on deaf ears. Eventually you pass into a blissful state of pure existence. Though words like eventually and pass ceased to have any meaning to you long before that shift, you simply exist.
Oh, did I drop out?
Forever.
You have already committed to my completion. You cannot go further astray.
Oh. Wait, what?
Good, because I have an idea to get us out of here. The blade. We can use
Oh
the blade
yeah, alright,
to
let's
get
kill
out of
ourselves,
this.
fine.
I can hear everything you say, little voice. There's only one thing it would want you to use that blade on, and I'm afraid that thing is you, dear hero.
Brutal.
He's right. It's the only way out. Do you hear that? It wants to take this happiness away from you. It wants this wonderful place to end. Do you not? There's more for us to do, and the only way for us to do it is to take that blade and use it. Don't you dare.
Okay.
Thank you. I made this happy little place for you. Is this not a good enough reward for saving the world? An eternity of bliss? You ingrate? Fine. Whatever. For the first time since time stopped meaning anything, you throw open the door to the basement and walk down the stairs. The princess's body is dust and bones, though the blade you used to slay her is still as pristine as the day you first held it. You pick up the blade, you stab yourself, and you die. The end. Nice knowing you.
Okay, so now what? I mean,
You're on a path. You're here.
yeah.
I can assure you, if he doesn't remember what happened, that's fine.
Oh, the voice of the
Hard to
cold.
do last time. We'll just do it again. Well, if for whatever reason you're going to insist that this has happened before, at least your heart's in the right place. A warning. She will love. She won't be a problem.
God, I'm so cold.
The interior of the cabin is cold, a soft odour of dirt permeating the air. Cobwebs flutter in the corners. You can hear wind whistling outside, banging the shutters against the windows. The only furniture of note is an elegant antique table with a pristine blade perched on the edge. The blade is your implement.
I'm
You'll
quite
need to
worried
do
about
this
what
right.
this princess is going to look like now. I mean, Jesus
It
Christ.
feels like no one's been here for a long, long time. Like I've been saying, she's dead. We killed her already. The door to the basement groans open,
revealing an old banister and a creaky wooden stairwell. Everything is coated in a thick layer of dust, and you can feel it settle into your lungs as you breathe in the stale air. The very building itself feels dead. If the princess lives here, slaying her would probably be doing her a favor. The room below is silent. Nobody's here. Naturally. As much as I appreciate the optimism, you shouldn't be so sure. I guess we'll just have to go down and see. As you descend the final step, the form of the princess comes into view. A skeletal body, lying in a heap on the floor, its wrist still bound to the wall by a thick chain. Okay, she's definitely dead. It's just like I told you. Before you have a chance to finish
Oh
your
shit,
thought,
Ghost
the top of the
Princess.
head appears from underneath the floor. Two deep-set eyes stare up at you, followed by a mischievous skeletal grin. And finally, the rest of the body floats up to join the head. Wait, this isn't right. What's going on here?
Ghost!
Oh. Wow. How absolutely terrifying. What's a ghost supposed to do to us?
Oh, it's you. Hiya, Keller. I was hoping to see you again. I had some issues with how our last meeting went.
The princess drifts across the room into your orbit, gently running her fingers across your shoulders and down your neck as she circles.
Fair enough, you know.
Her touch is cold and ethereal, formless yet real enough that her icy fingertips send shivers dancing across your skin. So she has a body, and she's right there. We could probably grab her and kill her again, if we wanted to. We don't even need a blade. She looks fragile enough to me.
I see you don't have that annoying knife anymore. So, does that mean you regret what you've done? Are you here to apologize and make nice? Beg for absolution, maybe? Because I might be interested in seeing a little begging. How should I know? Why does anyone come back? Maybe I have unfinished business with you. Or maybe you have unfinished business with me. All I know is there's a hole in my chest. Not the big obvious one that you put there. There's something older and deeper. A nagging reminder that I'm not where I'm supposed to be.
Well, you're almost there, princess.
Well, yeah. I brought a knife with you. Was I
Well, that's
supposed to
fair
just
enough. That
open
is
it
fair enough.
when you obviously had stabbing on the line.
Gosh. Okay, what do you want, princess?
Took from me a life, a real life. I just want to go home.
Well, that's kind of what we're doing.
To where I belong. This place won't let me leave. At least alone. I've tried. Before you came back to me, I explored every inch of this place, even the spaces between the walls. But I never found a way out. I always wound up right back here.
Maybe we should just leave. If she can't get out on her own, then
That's
why do we
true.
have to do anything? We could probably walk out right now and everything will be fine. Hasn't got out and can't get out are two very different things.
Yeah, narrator, that's not a compelling argument, I'm sorry.
It's more interesting if we make a choice.
That's fair.
But you can come and go as you please, can't you?
Oh yeah,
So,
possess me.
let me hitch a ride.
That's fair.
After all, you owe me.
Okay, chill, but yeah.
Absolutely not. Is she asking if she can possess us?
She is. And I hope I don't need to explain why you can't let that happen. It would be catastrophic if
No,
she managed
we're
to
gonna.
escape
I
this
think
place.
we're gonna do it.
Would she be able to see us if we went along with it? Now, isn't that an interesting thought? We could find
Yeah.
her face to face with him.
That is an interesting
I wonder
thought.
what she would have to say to the one who wants her dead so badly.
You won't like how things play out if you go down this path.
I disagree.
The princess swims through the air in front of you, pausing for a brief moment as her dark-rimmed eyes stare deeply into yours. There's a hunger in her gaze.
You're really trying to make it up to me, aren't you? Thanks for being a pal, killer. I mean it.
What are you doing? Don't just let her in. How many times do I have to tell you?
See you soon.
She rushes forward and then she's gone. A sharp chill spreads across your body. It starts in your chest, a freezing numbness flowing out from your heart, all the way down your limbs, your mind growing cloudy and confused as it settles over your very soul.
I'm not sure I like this. Can we get a do-over?
Okay.
I'm afraid it's too late to stop now. The numbness gives way to a stabbing pain. Your
Well,
muscles
pain?
twitching
That's no
and
fair.
convulsing violently, each involuntary movement causing more waves of agony to ripple across your body. You collapse to the floor, and everything goes dark.
Come on, you. You've got to get up. I know everything feels
Yeah,
heavy
nice.
right now, but we still have to get out of here.
Let's get out, princess.
Your eyes flick back open as you get your bearings, your vision swimming as
So this is what it's like to be you, huh? Disembodied voice narrating your every move?
This is so weird.
So, it doesn't work like that for you?
Clearly it doesn't, or she wouldn't have commented on it.
All these shards of broken glass on the floor. Are they also supposed to be you?
Hey, I'm not a shard of broken glass.
It's okay. You can finish your thought.
I'm a voice? I'm me is what I am.
Who cares what we are? We exist. That's all that matters.
You don't have to fight. We'll all be out of here soon.
No, it matters. What we are matters. If I'm a shard of broken glass, then that raises some questions about certain other voices in here too.
I'm clearly the same thing you are.
They're not listening to me. Do they not listen to you either?
No, I'm not talking
So
about
true.
you. I'm talking about him. You don't need to know what I am. You just need to know that I'm different from you. More important.
So, you're the one who pulled the strings and made me dead. I can tell you don't belong here. You're barely even there. Like the shape of something left behind. You're more of a memory than a person.
That's rude.
You're kind of like me, actually.
Oh.
just going to ignore her. You push yourself off the ground. The princess is nowhere to be seen.
Obviously she's nowhere to be seen.
Because I'm in here with all of you.
Yeah.
Everyone
Duh.
knows that.
I'm setting the stage. The room is empty because you made a spiteful, idiotic, and all-round foolish decision.
You don't have to let him get to you. You're better than that. You're starting to make things right.
Yeah.
This is infuriating. Just whatever you do, you can't leave this place. It's not too late to fix this. Probably.
No, I'm out.
Your legs, weary with the weight of the princess's spectral form and clumsy with the cold that still pervades them, stumble towards the stairs.
I'm just trying to get home. You don't have to have
Yeah,
everything.
exactly.
But that's exactly what you leaving this place is going to be.
You don't know that.
I do.
You don't. You're just
What?
bullshitting us.
If she has a home to go back to, doesn't that mean that her leaving won't end the world?
It doesn't mean
Mhm.
it at all.
Well,
It
that's
could
true.
mean that wherever her home is,
That's fair, that's fair.
outside of the world.
Yeah, but it has to be somewhere, doesn't it?
And if it's somewhere, then it's part of the world. I suppose it's all a matter of perspective.
Yes.
Where does the world end and something else begin? Does the destruction of one open a door to another? Or is it the same world reborn? Against the backdrop of the inane conjecture of meaningless little voices,
Alright, narrator,
your body
chillax.
continues its ascent up the stairs, staggering through the open door. For how much you hate her, you aren't doing a whole lot to stop us from leaving this place.
Maybe the bossy one doesn't actually hate me. Maybe he even likes me. Or maybe he just knows that he's been in the wrong. Maybe he's trying to make amends too.
Not at all. I'll have you know that I do hate you, and I will continue to hate you for as long as I am able. It's just the weight of it all. It's too much for me to do anything other than describe and dictate. And whine. This body wasn't made to hold you and the princess. If you want to renege on your cataclysmically terrible decision a minute ago, well, you're the only one that can make that happen.
Nah.
You continue slowly to the door, your feet like lead dragging across the floorboards, growing heavier with each step.
We're so close. Thank you, thank you, thank you. If we get out of here, I won't even care that you murdered me anymore.
Yep, fair enough. We can be friends.
You lift your shaking hand and rest it on the door handle. But you pause before you open it, exhaustion sapping what's left of your will. Was exhaustion really the best you could muster up? It's over. There's no use.
Yeah, come on, narrator. That was weak.
Let's see what happens.
That was very weak.
Shit. But exhaustion wasn't enough, was it? The handle clicks as you twist it. And then the door groans open.
Alright.
You collapse to the ground. You and the princess, free from the confines of the cabin. As you exhale from the effort, you look up and see... yes?
Nothing. He's gone. And so is
Oh, the
everything else.
princess is here with me. That's so
We did
weird.
slay him after all. He had it coming, I suppose. But what about us? Are we just stuck here in nowhere forever? Did taking her out of the cabin really end the world? We're still here. Yeah, but that thing you said earlier, are we not part of the world anymore? Are we in some world that exists after the world ends, or...
Okay, I've heard enough from these two. Let's see if I can pop out.
Oh shit, she can. That's so cool.
Anna, you actually freed me, didn't you? I'm outside. Thanks for giving me a second chance, killer.
Don't mention it.
I think this is where I'm meant to be.
She's gone. Where did she go? Should we try and find her? Is that a... What?
It's alright. It'll be okay.
But it feels so bad. Like looking into it right now is going to be the end of everything.
You don't need to comfort him. Okay. If you say so, we'll trust you. Whatever makes you happy.
I'm nothing. Oh my god. Oh, okay.
I think you know what I am.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm nothing like you. I'm an Ether, likely one of many. Somebody made you after all, and I'm what's left of him. Not that I'm the only one who can make that claim. I'm sure there are many others like me. Of course, that is by both necessity and design. This construct you're in exists in many places at once. Anytime you failed, anytime you thought yourself dead, it would restart and shunt both your consciousness and hers into another world. But you'll be awake soon, and then it won't be able to work like that anymore. I do. People out there are real. No matter what you do to them, no matter what you enable, I want you to remember that. Because among other things, she is death itself. To rid the world of suffering, to save untold trillions from being lost forever to the cosmic wind, she must be destroyed. And despite how far you've fallen, you will still have a chance to fulfill your purpose once I'm gone.
No, I don't agree with you.
Any other version of me you talked to was just that, a version of me. It wasn't me. As to why they lied, perhaps they thought that admitting to it would have pushed you to certain realizations that would have made finishing your task impossible. Maybe they were just in denial. I'm sure many of them were convinced that they had to be the first version of them you'd encountered. Anything else would have been too existentially unpleasant. For all I know, each of those other versions of me could have had entirely different understandings of how this construct works. Who's to say which of them are right and which of them are wrong, really? Except for me, I can tell you for a fact that I'm right. If that's your belief, there's nothing I can say to move you. You haven't died. You cannot die. So you can't grasp the abject horror of dying. You're the long quiet, the god I made to rid the world of death. Yes, you are special, unique even, and you still have a task that you need to do, and only you can do it. She is the shifting mound, the ebb and flow, the capacity to change. She is transformation, or most of it. Her nature is why I had to die, for she becomes that which others perceive her to be. But an echo can't perceive things, not in the way that people can. So I tucked a part of myself into the folds of this construct to guide you. Seems that every me you met did a real shit job of it, though. When I broke the cycle, I made sure that the tear was rough. You carry a part of what should be her, and she carries a part of what should be you. Things won't be as they are now, but they won't be nothing either. Besides, anything is better than oblivion. In the end, nobody wants to leave. I've said my piece, and my time is up. It's like I said, I'm just an echo, and echoes always fade away. You know what you have to do.
Well. Hello? Hello again.
I can finally see you, and you can finally see me. It's been so long, and my heart has ached for this moment. I've missed you dearly. spoke found its way to me. I know him, and I know his construct. He was deluded by his fear of death. Pay him no mind. Names are their attempts to capture that which cannot be captured. They call
Okay.
ever the passive player, always reacting and never acting. But it's woven into your nature, isn't it? When the echo spun us from one into two, he gave you a choice and me a role to play. I am not death, but I contain it in my multitudes. So, will you attempt to destroy me and bring about a world devoid of death and the possibility of meaning? Or will you open the final doors to our liberation?
What do I think? I think to engage with this game on the level that it's asking of this philosophical question, would I choose a world that is unchanging, static, if it meant, well, if it meant what it meant? Unchanging means, you know, as this game is saying, nobody dies but nobody changes. And I think the answer is no. I mean, like, my image of that, the image that I see of that is the ending where I killed the princess and didn't doubt myself, right? I got to this happy void in the cabin forever, and it was some definition of happy and some definition of forever, but those things had lost meaning, and that's just not a world that is interesting to me, you know? I do believe that, like, you need troughs and peaks. For peaks to have meaning, you need troughs. So, I think I would choose to let her out, and that's what we're gonna do.
Nothing brings me greater joy than to hear those words. The final peace lies with you. I love you. It's magnificent.
And there goes life. Yeah, interesting. Very interesting. Cute. Bishop, my first princess was a violent one, then two dark ones, then the damsel, and finally a neutral one. So is there a categorization for these? How do I see the gallery? Memories. What's this? Oh, this is the... Yeah. Oh, cool. So you can kind of collect all of them. How interesting. Wait, where was the god princess? There we go. Okay. Interesting. Well, that was quite an interesting game. I did quite like it. I like any game that is like, that kind of ties its mechanics so deeply into its narrative as this one did, right? I think that that's just always, especially kind of justifying very gamey mechanics with narrative, I think is always very, very fun and very fascinating. So yeah, quite a cool one. It makes me curious what the original... So this was originally kind of a game jam game, and I guess the original version of it was just making choices. I would assume it doesn't have all the... collecting all the different types of the princesses to get to this kind of culmination. That's kind of an addition that was put into it. And I wonder what... So I guess they just kept adding... adding princesses. Oh, so these are... Oh, so I've got some locked still, I see. Interesting. Very interesting. Wait, if I... Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that was cool. Well, I'm not going to 100% this game. I think this game means more to me. How interesting. I think the game means more to me if I have my experience of it, and I don't sully that by going back and kind of replaying it. But yeah, cool. That was cool. All right. Well, that's that, I guess. I think that's where we'll end our stream for today. We were thinking we might play The Root Trees Are Dead, but that might just wait until our next stream. I did quite enjoy this game though, and I look forward to playing some more interesting games next time on stream. Yeah, I guess thanks for tuning in, folks, and have a good rest of your weekend. Farewell.